Hey guys, welcome sa panibagong kaalaman, and for today's topic, pag-uusapan natin yung 15 reasons kung bakit mas mayaman ang mga Jewish people. So, kung meron kayong mga naririnig na background noise sa video ito, hayaan nyo na kasi mas malakas naman yung boses ko kasi naka-microphone tayo. So, pagpapatuloy natin. So, 15 reasons kung bakit mas mayaman ang mga Jewish people. So, sa mga naririnig natin at nababasa natin sa article, karamihan sa mga yumayaman ngayon sa mundo, lalong-lalo na sa Amerika at Europa, karamihan sa kanila ay mga Jewish people. Jewish people. So, sila yung mga yumayaman. Isa na nga dito sina Larry Ellison, the founder of tech giant Oracle, yung bumili ng TikTok sa Amerika. Tapos, Michael Bloomberg, also a business tycoon and the former mayor of New York City. And then Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook and Larry Page, the Google co-founder. So, 15 reasons kung bakit mas mayaman sila. Number 1, Judaism and wealth. Meron kasing paniniwala sa Judaism na hindi sila naniniwala na wealth is a sin. At saka hindi nila kinakas out yung poverty para makamit nila yung righteousness. And then instead, they believe that each person should avoid poverty and be gainfully employed to earn their gift. So, responsibilidad ng mga Jewish people na dapat magsumikap sila kung pinanganak man silang mahirap o pinanganak sila sa kahirapan, dapat na magsumikap sila para makamit nila yung goal nila para ma-avoid yung poverty. At sabi rin dito, Jewish people believe in giving. They believe na 10 to 20% ng kanilang sahod dapat ibibigay nila or ibinibigay nila sa religious and charitable causes. However, hindi rin sila naniniwala na dapat yung isang tao ay umaasa na lang sa mga charities or sa mga foundation para umangat ang sarili or para umangat sa buhay. Kundi nagsusumikap sila para hindi maging burden sa community. Akalain mo pag may ganito kang mindset, isa na siyang solid foundation na kung saan success is the only option. Number 2, European Jews could not own land. So, yung mga European Jews, hindi sila pwedeng magmamay-ari ng lupa sa Europe. So, ito yung dahilan or ito yung anti-Semitism. Hanggang ngayon, meron pang anti-Semitism. Ang anti-Semitism kasi ito yung pambubuli at pagdi-discriminate ng mga tao sa mga Jewish people. Pero nabasa ko sa isang article na they discriminate Jewish people, it's because they are Jew. Ganun lang yung reasons, no other deep reasons. Dinidiscriminate nila kasi Jewish people sila. So yun yung nangyayari. So hindi sila pwedeng mag-own ng lupa sa Europe, pero nakahanap sila ng paraan. When there is a will, there's a way. So naghanap sila ng paraan, kaya karamihan sa kanila naging merchants and traders sa Europe. Kaya umangat or umasenso rin sila sa Europe. Nag-success din yung business ng mga Jewish people sa Europe. Number 3, religious opportunity was taken. Alam nyo kasi yung nung Middle Ages, merong paniniwala sa Christians na pag nagpahiram ka ng pera sa isang tao tapos nag-charge ka ng interest, kasalanan yun sa paniniwala ng Christians noong Middle Ages. Until now, yun yung paniniwala nila. So dahil nung Middle Ages, hindi nagkaroon ng financial job or hindi nakahawak ng financial business ang mga Christians noon kasi nga charging interest was a sin. So ito yung naging opportunity sa mga Jewish people na magtayo ng money lending business. At dahil dito, ito yung naging isa sa pinakamalaking reasons kung bakit mas mayaman ang mga Jewish people ngayon. At nagkaroon sila ng strong financial background at naging prominent sila when it comes to money lending business. And number 4, open the first bank. So after nilang mag-business ng money lending, ay nag-open na sila ng first bank para sa mga Jewish community. First bank sa Europe. So that they could manage transactions, transfers, and day-to-day financial services. Plus, nagpapatuloy pa rin sila nagpapahiram ng pera kasi sa isang developing continent or country, yung pagpapahiram ng pera ng mga financial institution ay malaking tulong para ma-boost yung economic growth ng isang continent or ng isang country. And number 5, most educated religious group in the world. Merong pag-aaral noong 2016 na ng Pew Research Center. Sabi dito, Pew Research Center released a study which listed Jewish people as the most educated groups in the world. On average, the Jewish community received 13.4 years of schooling. When it comes to post-secondary degrees, Jewish people hold 61% of the qualifications. So, Jewish people or Jews ang number 1 most educated people in the world. Number 1 Jews, to kung saan average lang to this is an average, 13.4 years after nilang mag-aral ng high school. Kasali na dito yung college years. Tapos ng college years, nag-e-enroll pa sila sa mga graduate studies kaya umaabot sila ng 13.4 years of schooling after secondary school. Pumapangalawa yung Christians na may 9.3 years of average in schooling. Tapos pumapangatlo yung unaffiliated. Ito yung mga atheists, yung mga walang religion or none in particular, yung mga walang religion. So 8.8 years ang kanilang pag-aaral. Tapos top 4 yung 7.9 Buddhists, yung mga Buddhist people, 7.9 years. Tapos top 5 yung dalawa Muslims and Hindus. So na may 5.6 average years of schooling. So ito yung dahilan kung bakit mas mayaman ang mga Jewish people ngayon. So kaya more credentials lead to a higher starting salary. This immediately improves the financial status of Jewish people right out of university. Kasi sa mindset ng mga Jews, after nilang mag-aral ng degree course sa college or sa isang university, hindi agad sila umaalis sa university at nag-a-apply agad ng trabaho. Ang ginagawa nila, nag-aaral pa sila ng master's degree, doctoral degree, and ano pang mga degrees na pinag-aaralan nila para pag nag-apply sila ng trabaho, papasok sila or makakapasok agad sila sa isang trabaho na merong higher starting salary. So ito yung isa sa mga reasons kung bakit mas mayaman ang mga Jewish people ngayon. And number 6, they look after one another. Ganun naman ang ginagawa lahat ng mga religions and denominations na we look on one another. Diba? Nagtutulungan tayo sa isa't isa. Pero pagdating sa mga Jewish people, they have a deep pride in sharing their wealth to benefit their community. Ang sabi dito, if someone opens a new business, the community will rally round and support it. Akalain mo, nagpapatayo ka lang ng new business tapos lahat ng mga Jews sa Jewish community susuporta sa'yo, bibilhin yung mga binibenta mo, so sinusuportahan ka. So ganun kalalim ang pakikipag-sharing ng mga Jewish people. At sabi din dito, if anyone falls on hard times, the community will try to help. So pag mayroong isang taong down na down sa buhay, so tinutulungan sila ng community. So ganun kalalim ang kanilang pakikipagtulungan sa isa't isa. At ang sabi din dito, the idea of wealth is not just to accumulate wealth, which is seen as vanity. Wealth is seen as a means to an end to grow a community. Yung kayamanan, hindi lang nila ginamit para mas gumawa o magparami pa ng mga kayamanan, kundi ginamit nila ito para tulungan yung community to grow. So yun siya. And number 7, their religion teaches good business practices. So yung Judaism or yung mga Jewish business people, merong itinuturo yung religion nila ng mga good business practices. Isa na nga dito, sabi dito, according to these teachings, there is absolutely no room for dishonest practices. Well, but we can't guarantee na 100% honest sila kasi tao lang naman tayo, nagkakamali rin tayo. Pero majority of the Jewish business people ay honest. There is no room for dishonest practices. Lahat tayo or karamihan sa atin na bibiktima tayo ng mga dishonest people. Lalong-lalo na sa mga online selling, di ba? Online selling na kung saan pay first, kung saan nag-down ka ng 3,000, 5,000 or magkano man yan, tapos pagkalaunan ay hindi mo na makontak, na-block ka na sa messenger, at hindi mo na mahanap sa social media. At meron din namang mga dishonest buyers, kung saan bogus buyers, umorder tapos hindi kinuha, umorder tapos binalik. So, yun nangyari. At sabi din ito, any deception, collusion, or price fixing against a consumer is known as onaa, which translated means oppression. Fleecing the consumer is seen as an oppression of their freedom. So, ibig sabihin, yung fleecing the consumer, yung pakikipagsabuatan sa consumer para lang mabili nila yung product mo, ay hindi gawain ng mga Jewish people kasi naniniwala sila na isa yung oppression of their freedom. Yun bang kung anong sinasabi ng isang negosyante sa customer para lang bilhin niya yung negosyo niya or bilhin niya yung product na binebenta niya. So, hindi yan gawain ng mga Jewish people kasi nga oppression of the freedom of the consumer yan. Diba? Knowing na may ganitong klaseng mga negosyante, so nakaka-attract sila ng mga partner. Kaya karamihan sa mga or maraming mga negosyante ngayon sa mundo, nakikipag-partner sila sa mga Jewish people kasi nga Jewish people are inspired to good ethics. And number 8, resilience and perseverance are second nature. Sabi dito, when things go wrong in business, which happens, there is no self-pity but an attitude of shit happens. Let's figure out how to fix it. So, ibig sabihin, when things go wrong on business sa mga Jewish people, hindi sila yung nagsi-self-pity, hindi sila yung parang kaawa-awang tingnan, hindi sila yung taong nalulugmok. Ibig sabihin, bumabangon sila, kumbaga, merong fighting spirit na dapat mahanapan nila ng paraan kung ano yung nangyari, malaman nila kung ano yung nangyari at mahanapan nila ng paraan on how to fix it. So, ganun ang mindset ng mga Jewish people. At ang sabi din ng author na si H.W. Charles sa kanyang book na Become a Millionaire with an Ancient Jewish Code, sabi niya, the Jews are known for their perseverance and this is what helps them achieve their goals. Perseverance means continuous persistence in a course of action, a purpose, and in spite of difficulties, obstacles, and discouragement. Along the way na kung saan gumagawa sila ng paraan para makamit nilang kanilang goals, merong perseverance. Kahit na merong discouragement, merong difficulties, merong obstacles na nangyayari, ay nagpapatuloy, pursigido pa rin sila. Kumbaga, para silang namamangka sa laot na malaki yung alon, kahit na malaki yung alon, ay patuloy pa rin silang nagsasagwan para makarating sa kanilang paroroonan. And then number 9, good financial education taught over generations. So from generation to generation, tinuturo ang good financial education ng mga Jewish people. Kaya sila mayaman. Ganun. And then number 10, parents teach their children the value of money. Diba sa ibang household kasi, speaking openly about finance is bawal. Kasi parents try and protect their children by not sharing if they are financial or they are having financial trouble or if they are wealthy, displaying that it's okay to splurge. So, ganun yung paniniwala ng ibang pamilya. But in Jewish people, ito yung nangyayari. By using 5 jars, many Jewish parents teach their children how to be money wise. Each jar is labeled tithe, giving an offering, savings, investing, and spending. Children are given 10 shekels and the child puts 1 in the tithe jar, 1 in giving an offering, 1 in savings, 2 in investing, and 5 in spending. The jar is opened on Sundays. The tithe, which means tenth in Hebrew, is open at the end of the month. The savings is open on special occasions and investing is only open when full. So ganun ginagawa ng mga Jewish people ang pagturo sa kanilang anak ng financial education. And 11, wealth is managed effectively. Isa sa mga sikat na quote, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. So kapag nag-i-invest ka raw, do not put all of your eggs in one basket. So wealth is managed effectively. Talagang minamanage ng mga Jewish people yung kanilang kayamanan. Kaya lalo silang yumayaman. And number 12, networking is important. We all know how networking opens door and business opportunities, and only by actively engaging with others can we grow our business and wealth. when we say networking dito, hindi to tumutukoy doon sa mga networking business na kung saan nangyayari ngayon sa Pilipinas. Pag nag-invite ka, may kita ka. Pag mayroon kang na-refer, may kita ka. Tapos meron pa sila mga matching bonus, ganyan. Hindi lang ito tumutukoy sa ganun yung mga networking. Ibig sabihin ng networking, it is engaging with other people, building relationship with other people, connecting with other people. So ganun yung nangyayari. And then number 13, look at the past to plan the future. Kaya nang sabi ko nung una, Jewish people have had tough history. So may tough history sila. So tinitingnan nila yung past. Kung ano yung nangyari sa past, malalaman nila. Kasi sabi nga, history repeat itself. So alam nila or naging aware sila na pwedeng mangyari ulit yung nangyari sa nakaraan. Kaya ang ginagawa nila, nagkaroon sila ng plano for their future. Para kung sakaling mangyari or maulit-ulit yung history, ay alam na nila kung ano yung gagawin nila. Kasi sabi nga sa isang movie na napanood ko, sabi dito, learn from the past and behave carefully in your present so that you don't ruin your future. So ganyan ang mga Jews. Number 14, advice from one of the richest. Mark Zuckerberg was raised in a Reformed Jewish household. He had a Star Wars theme bar mitzvah. He was just 19 when he started Facebook in 2014. So, ibig sabihin, talagang pinapakinggan nila yung mga mayayaman, yung mga advice ng mga mayayaman. Isa kasi sa mga advice na sinabi ni Mark Zuckerberg, sabi niya, some people dream of success, while others wake up and work hard at it. So, ganun. Nakikinig sila sa mga advice ng mga mayayaman. The clock is ticking. Are you becoming the person you want to be? And the last, number 15, the simple truth. Okay, sabi dito, there are no problems, only opportunities for growth. So, ibig sabihin, yung problem na nangyayari sa isang tao, tinitingnan nila hindi siya problem, kundi isa siyang opportunity para tayo ay lumago, para tayo ay maging mature. So, yun yung simple truth. So these are the 15 reasons kung bakit mas mayaman ang mga Jewish people ngayon. So alam nyo na, so depende na sa inyo kung sundin ba natin yung mga ganitong paniniwala o ganitong mindset nila. Depende na sa atin. It depends on us kung sundin ba natin para makamit natin ang ating mga goals, para yumaman tayo, o depende na sa atin kung gawin natin o hindi. So that is for today, guys, and I hope na marami kayong natutunan sa video na ito. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you will be updated whenever a new video is published. Thank you so much for watching. See you on my next video.